Welcome everyone to Alula Education. Today it's all about similes, so shall we start? As usual, we always begin with the learning objectives, and today our students will be able to identify a figure of speech, which is simile, develop understanding of all its features, practice similes in exercises, sort similes in an online game. The whole lesson is going to be divided according to the beginning, starter, have you ever heard? Then we have introduction to similes. Then we have some definition of similes. Then we get deeper and we talk about the use of similes. And then we have let's practice. 1. Low and mid achievers will actually find this practice perfect for their level. And 6, we have Let's Practice 2, and Let's Practice 2 is actually designed for high achievers. So if you differentiate in your classroom, Let's Practice 1 should be for low and mid achievers, whereas Let's Practice 2 is better assigned for high achievers in your classroom. And we end everything with an online game, and this game we're gonna get deeper into this game later on, but the title is Sorting Similes. Now, last but not least, I got a very nice comparison between two things, a girl and the sun. Before I actually explain this for you, I want you to take 1 minute, please, and I want you to just tell me how is the girl being compared to the sun after 1 minute. Please make sure that you are reading carefully. Please make sure that you are summarizing in your head the things that you want to share. Time's almost up, so please make sure that you finish. Okay, so time's up. This was your 1 minute. Now here I have simile, which is a comparison between two things using as or like. And you can see here that I have on the left side with the color pink a girl, and on the right side with the color blue I have the sun. Let me just zoom out so I can show you. This is the girl here. You can see that this is the pink side, and you have here the sun, and this is the color blue. Now, if you look at a girl's side, you have that she has blue eyes. You look at the color of her hair, which is yellow, so we call her blonde. And last but not least, you can see her bright smile or big smile, lovely smile. So I have blue eyes, I have blonde, and I have a bright smile. Now, if you look at these, blue, blonde, bright, B for blue, B for blonde, and B for bright. This is excellent. This was our previous lesson, which was alliteration. Lovely. Now let's go back to the simile here. I have the sun on the right side, and for the sun, I have that the sun is round, the sun is yellow, and the sun is bright. So now I have these different features. I want to combine them together And you can see that the sun does not have blue eyes, so I cannot talk about blue eyes. I cannot talk about being the hair blonde because the sun is not blonde, but rather the sun is yellow. And last but not least, I have a bright smile and the sun is also bright, so bingo. I have matching adjectives that I can use in a sentence. And you can see here that they made sure to use both as and like into different sentences. Let me read the first one for you. Her smile is as bright as the sun. So her smile is as bright as the sun. And I have her smile is bright like the sun. So these two sentences, they have the same meaning, but the simile is used in two different ways. The first sentence, they used as, while in the second sentence, they used like. And these are the two sentences that can be made. These are the two similes that can be made comparing between the adjective bright, between a girl and the sun. So her smile is as bright as the sun, and her smile is bright like the sun. Just like Miss Ola's smile is as bright as the sun. Miss Ola's smile is bright like the sun, and you can continue with all of these examples that could be considered as correct. So this was the whole explanation about similes, definition of similes, why do we use similes, how can we form similes. We saw some very nice examples like as busy as bright as, and black like. And I gave you some very nice, big, nice examples that you can use, and it was previously shown in the previous slide. Okay, so as we are done with our explanation, we're gonna start with some application. And here you might need the big English copybook on a new page. Make sure that the title is up, which is Similes, and make sure that you are starting really organized and you are writing on the line. So this is the first exercise. Let's practice one. And in this exercise, the question goes as follows. Put a circle around the correct word. So you may write also the question on the copybook, which is this one. Put a circle around the correct word. Then you write the sentence and you circle the correct answer. So let us start with sentence number one. The boy ran as quick as a slug or fox. So the boy ran as quick as a slug or a fox. Now, you need to know that the meaning of the word fox is actually known. You see that this is an animal, and usually this animal is known by the amount of trickery that it has. And the second word, which is slug, is actually a tough-skinned molluscus, which typically lacks a shell, and this is like for protection. And it could also indicate that a slow or a lazy person. So when I say that the word slug indicates a lazy person, so most probably this lazy person is not gonna move or run very quickly. And you see that the boy ran as quick as a goes to, oops, fox. So please make sure that you are circling the word fox. Okay, let me just fix that so the word is clear enough for you. Okay, I think this is perfect. Awesome. So the correct sentence is the boy ran as quick as a fox. Now, moving to sentence number two, it's the coins shown as brightly as the sun or as the watch. So you see that the coins, usually these are the small money that you buy stuff with. They shone from the verb shine as brightly as the watch that you wear on your hand or wrist or the sun. Of course, when I say something is shining brightly, that means I'm referring to something that shares the same quality. And of course, it's not a watch that tells the time, but rather it's the sun. Okay, so sentence number two is the coins shone as brightly as the sun. Now, continuing to sentence number three, I have Jessie swam as smoothly as a sheep, or Jessie swam as smoothly as a fish. So, guys, if I want to consider a sheep, usually the sheep does not swim and it does not go in water, it doesn't know how to swim, whereas the fish lives in water. And if you're a good swimmer, they usually say that you swim very smoothly like a fish. So if I compare this to the sentence that I have here, which is Jessie swam as smoothly as a, of course, fish. So sentence number three is Jessie swam as smoothly as a fish. Now, continuing sentence number four, the giant laughed as loud as whispers or as thunder. So the giant here means something enormous, something very big. So I say the giant laughed as loud, in a very loud, high voice and tone, as whispers or thunder. And here, when I say whisper, it's quietly. So when I say whispers, I mean talking quietly. And when I say thunder, that means it's something very loud. Usually you see that you listen to thunder, you have lightning and thunder during winter times, and you see that thunder is actually very, very loud. It can hit really and it might scare you to the extent of being very, very noisy. Woo! So if I'm comparing a laugh which is very loud, I compare this to thunder. And the correct sentence goes as follows. The giant laughed as loud as thunder. Now, continuing, sentence number five. The bells tinkled like giants or fairies laughing. So the bells, trin, 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 tinkled like giant big or fairies laughing. You know that the bell is actually a very sweet noise that you hear, a very nice sound. Tididin, tididin, tididin. Or if I want to compare it to something, I would go for something that is sweet, not very big, not enormous, not giant, not big, not loud, and thus the correct simile is the bells tinkled like fairies laughing. Continuing sentence number six, the man was as tall as a cat or house. So the man was as tall as a cat or as tall as a house. Okay, so here I'm comparing a man and I want to say that the man is very tall. just like Mr. Rashid. Mr. Rashid is actually very tall, just like Mr. Ma'an. Mr. Ma'an is actually very tall. So if Miss Ola is standing next to Mr. Ma'an, then Mr. Ma'an is taller than Miss Ola. And if Miss Ola is standing next to Mr. Rashid, then Mr. Rashid is way taller than Miss Ola. So now here I say the man was as tall as a cat, or I say the man was as tall as a house. Excellent. So I say the man was as tall as a house. Now, sentence number 7. The baby was as quiet as a mouse, or the baby was as quiet as a dog. So I'm comparing a baby, and this baby is different from all babies. It's a quiet baby. It's really rare to see a very quiet baby. So the baby was as quiet as a mouse or a dog. Ho, ho, ho. So what do you think? Lovely. So it's of course a mouse. And the sentence is the baby was as quiet as a mouse. Now, sentence number 8. Last one. I have the boy on the skateboard. So you know what's a skateboard? It's actually a tool that is used by boys or girls in order to play. I'll just now show you a picture. Just give me a minute. Let me show you a picture of a skateboard. Okay, so what you see on the screen right now, this is a skateboard. You see that this is an actual tool used by young people in order to play and have some activities. You can see that they can jump and they can do some really nice movements with a skateboard. So let us go back to our lesson, which is this one here. Okay, so sentence number 8 is the boy on the skateboard whizzed by like a rocket or like a snail. Now we know that a rocket, it's actually known that it's super fast and it's known that it can travel like from Earth to space. This is what we call a rocket, just like Hazan Mansouri traveled from Earth to the moon. And you have the boy on the skateboard whizzed by like a snail. And you know that a snail is actually a very small animal. Let me also show you a picture of a snail. And what you see now is a snail. So you think that if I'm riding a skateboard, I would be like a rocket or I would be like a snail. Of course, I will not be like a snail, that's for sure, even though that I don't know how to ride a skateboard. I would prefer that I'm like a rocket. And the simile now is the boy on the skateboard whizzed by like a rocket. So you can see that sentence number 1, they used as quick. Let me highlight it for you with another color. So they used as quick as. In sentence number 2, they used as brightly as. Wow, that missed. Then I have this one, Jessie swam as smoothly as. I have 4 as loud as. Then I have 5 like. Then 6 I have as tall as. Then I have as quiet as. Last but not least, I have like. So you can see that I have a mixture of as and like in all of these similes. Please make sure that if you're on the copybook now, you are finalizing fox, sun, fish, thunder, fairies, house, mouse, and rocket. And you have here the final material that you need to have. It's supposed to look like this one here for answers on the right, and the correct answer needs to be circled. If you need to have another practice, it's practice number 1 with a box of useful words. You need to complete these sentences in order to make a simile. We take a word from the box and we put this word in the sentence in order to make a correct simile. Okay, it's actually a very nice exercise that you can use with 8 examples and 8 here useful words to be put in the sentences. So if you want to do this extra exercise, please make sure that you watch this later on. You pause this screen, the video, you pause it here, you write on the copybook, you solve it, and then I will attach also a slide in which you see the answers in order to correct it for yourselves. I'm just going to read it for you. I have fox, I have thunder, I have dolphin, fairies, sun, fish, laughing, house, tree, mouse, and rocket. And you see that these are also the same examples that we previously spoke about. So this is just to stress the previous let's practice one. And here you can pause now if you want to solve it. Then here again I play and you see the answers are available on the left side. Okay, so we finished explaining everything related to simile, starting from definition, then moving to some examples. After that, we tackled why do we use similes, where do we find similes, we had some exercises, and we reached the final learning outcome for today, which is the online game. Now try playing the online game to identify similes for around 7 minutes. Make sure that you master the game and you win. You will see that this game has different levels. So the minute that you finish level 1, you're going to be moving to level 2 and until you win it all. Now this is the link and you need your email, and email after the email you need the password, so you can use the email provided by the school for the game. Make sure that you click on this link. This link will be sent on the channel, so please go back to the channel and press on this link. Now the minute that you press on this link, it will take you to a page, and this is the actual page that you will see. And the game is the following: Muggo's Brain Sorting Similes. Now, if you see the description of the game right here, it's did you know similes can be sorted into like groups? Help your child understand the meaning behind figurative language with the simile sorting game. In it, fourth graders can divide 3 groups of similes into 3 different types: emotions, actions, and appearance, and it will help them better work with word meaning in the future. And this is kind of a good practice for future reading and writing exercises. So what you need to do is press on play right here. And after you press on play right here, the game will start and they will give you some instructions. So please make sure that you listen to the instructions carefully in order to play the game. Now you can see that mine here on the screen is loading. After it finishes loading, I see this button here, the green one, which is actually referring to play. So I press on it right here. Okay, so there we go. We can see that we have here a brain, and you can see that here you have similes, and you have to sort the similes in between emotions, actions, and appearances. And you can see that the word emotion has a heart next to it, which is feelings. So if you read the simile and you feel that this is a feeling, you put it here, you take it, you grab it, and you put it. Okay, and if you feel that it refers to action, you can see that action means movement or something that is being done. You press on action. And last but not least, appearance, which is the physical, the outer appearance. How do we look? And if you read the simile from right here and you feel that this is like describing or talking about the appearance, you just take it, grab it, and you put it in the appearance section until you finish all similes. You press here on done, and this is how you end the level that you are in.
Muggo has too many similes floating around in his head, and he needs help sorting them out. Sort the simile clouds into the categories listed in Muggo's brain. Put the similes that describe an emotion here. Put the similes that describe an action here. Put the similes that describe an appearance here.
Hit the Done button when you're finished.
Okay, so you start by reading. And then after you read, you grab these small clouds with similes and you make sure that you put them down in either emotions, actions, or appearances, and then you press on done when you feel that you are done. Is it for the online game, and our online game marks the end of today's lesson. So at all the resources that are used in today's lesson, you can see that I used some from literary terms. I have from Twinkle, education.com with the game. You have YouTube video, and last but not least, the word math sorting similes is also from Twinkle. That is it for today's Simile lesson part 2 by Lula Education. Stay safe everyone, and see you next time in another video.